to Academy USA, home of the AABA Pro-Am Basketball League here in Glendale, California. Thank you for joining us. This is your commentators, Rich Lemoyne, alongside Alec Karamani. Alec, great to have you with us.
Glad to be here, Rich. Excited for this one.
Erebuni versus Armens, the two teams known for their aggressive defense and offense. In the last game, let's take a quick look at Ryan Carter, also known as HezzyGod on Instagram. 50 points off of 61% in field goals. What do you have to say about that?
Rich, anytime you can put up 50 points in any game that you're in, teams are going to watch out for you now. Don't expect to get that same open look that you might have before.
Precisely, Alec. And for Erebuni, a complete different look than they were last week. They made a lot of changes in their roster, adding in a few key players, Ruben Karakulian, Gavin Shagoyan. As of yesterday, we haven't even had the opportunity to update the lineups. And, of course, Zare Avedian, the talk of the town, moving from Harazdan to Erebuni. What do you have to say about that?
Big Z's been a part of that Harazdan run year in and year out. He's a veteran, a three-point shooter, everything that you want on a team like Erebuni, who needs that veteran leadership now.
Precisely. And Henrik Sardarbegian, the question was he going to play today? Was he not? Coming off an injury, and happy to see him doing well. He's going to be on the court. The starting lineups for Armens is at guard Ryan Carter, another guard Andrew Dabagian, the forward Gabi Ajemian, the defensive force, and Patrick Panusi is going to be at forward as well, as number 9 Galstian is going to be their center for today. For Erebuni Basketball Club, we have starting Garan Spenjin for the tip, Zare Avedian wearing his new jersey for Erebuni, Derek Alayarian, the Canadian Armenian who made the effort to move to Los Angeles for this tournament, and of course Robert Valentine and Henrik Sardarbegian. Alayarian able to get the tip quickly through the help of Spenjin, but misses the three-pointer. Rebound Sardarbegian, but off his foot. Has the ball in the corner. 12 seconds left on the shot clock. He's going to go all the way. Finds Alayarian in the corner. Valentine, no stranger from the three-point line. 3 seconds left on the shot clock. No good by Avedian. Rebound Galstian. Ryan Carter brings it up the other way. He has Ajemian to his right. Chooses Dabagian to his left. Lets it launch, and it's good. Alec, Andrew Dabagian, one of the I want to say overlooked players on Armens. How key is it to have like an X-factor figure for your team?
Yeah, definitely, Rich. He's one of those guys that just fits into any kind of team he's on because he does the little things. Hits open shots, plays defense, doesn't require the ball in his hand at all times. You need a guy like that.
Yeah, definitely. Valentine lets it fly. It's good. Valentine, one of the lethal scorers in this league, struggled 2 weeks ago, but it seems like he has his range once more.
Valentine's one of those guys that doesn't see a shot that he doesn't like. He's going to pull it up, and this team goes as he goes. He has a good game. He's going to have a good effort for the rest of his group here.
As Valentine able to score, Spenjin already in a happy mood, making sure that his teammates are as well. And Ryan Carter passes it to Ajemian. Ajemian to Panusi. Has the Dabagian in the corner, takes it himself, no good. Avedian with his first rebound as an Erebuni club member. And Alayarian loses it.
And that's okay. Erebuni, right off the bat, a lot of energy. Guys are vocal. It's a team that has been very high and low throughout the last couple of seasons. You got to keep your energy up if you're Erebuni. Exactly.
As Carter, he's going to let it fly. Can't leave that open or else you're going to have to pay. Sardarbegian.
We said he dropped 50 last game, right?
Sardarbegian goes up, no good. Panusi to Ajemian, guarded by Alayarian. Panusi finds Ajemian once more and able to get the bucket.
And you mentioned it, Rich. Hen, with that injury, just doesn't look like he can keep going.
Yeah, he's going to have to take care of that in order to be available on the management end of things. As the new face of Erebuni, Gavin Shagoyan, checks into the game for Henrik Sardarbegian. Valentine lets it launch once more. It's good. Valentine with the three. As Ryan Carter has it the other way, guarded by the Pacific League MVP of 2022, Gavin Shigoyan. And an out of bounds called by the referee closest to a Gemian. Alec, tell me, who have you been looking at from the new additions of, as one of them shoots just there, who's the most lethal addition for this Erebuni basketball club?
Honestly, Rich, it's got to be Big Z for me, Zara Avedian. The guy is a Hall of Famer. We've talked about it before. But what makes him stand out for me is his range. Being able to hit that three-point shot, extending the floor for this Erebuni team. It gives a guy like Garen Stretch a little more area to work with inside. This team doesn't have many three-point shooters. Adding a guy like Derek is big, but Big Z, biggest addition.
Yeah, that's a great point. The Cal Lu alumni, Hall of Famer, as well as for Hoover High School. He is no stranger from the big spotlight. Now, for me, I mean, we might differ in opinions here, but I agree in terms of the force that Erebuni is now coming with. Gavin Shigoyan is one of the players that I believe is going to be a very big difference maker. Of course, Ruben Karakulian brings his set of aggressiveness, but Shigoyan is really going to be that change, in my opinion, given what I've seen at Crescenta Valley.
Oh, yeah, definitely. There's a good amount of youth that was brought on to this team now, as we see a little bit of a slip happen there. Hopefully he's okay. But the youth, you mentioned it. Adding a few young guys that can go along with these older veteran players, it's going to be really a nice mix for them.
Yeah, no, definitely. As Ryan Carter slips a foul called against Shigoyan, his first for Erebuni. Screen set. He's going to go for the three. He thought he got fouled, but referee didn't see it, and it's good.
Another player, Rich, you would probably have more knowledge on is Jonathan from Erebuni. Yeah. Another young, big, looking to see if he gets an opportunity here. He's probably going to be in and out along with Big Z.
Mm-hmm.
So look to see him get a little bit of time here.
He already did 2 weeks ago, and I was pretty stoked about that. As Jonathan Hakeem offers left and right in D2, D3 level. Panusi, he's going to let it fly. It's good. The Armens already feeling it early. Scores 16-8 as Alayarian brings it down the other end. We hope that it's not the same story as last week or 2 weeks ago where it was a 40-point deficit that Erebuni had to take care of. As Panusi's guarding Valentine. Valentine takes things under his own hands, misses it. Ryan Carter off to Ajemian, to Dabagian. Dabagian unable to grab it there. Ajemian goes up, and it's good. The bench for Armens loves what they're seeing.
The effort on the defensive end is where it all starts. They've made it a huge effort, and it pays off, up by 10.
And a foul called. And we're going to get our first substitution for Jonathan Hakeem entering for the Cortland State University's alumni member, Garin Spengian.
You know, Rich, anytime you're a championship team and you're trying to go and get a back-to-back, everyone always says the second year is much tougher. Teams have recognized what you're good at. And I can just feel a huge difference with this Armens team. Even after losing a few players, their effort and energy is on another level.
Oh, yeah. The Armens coming off that championship, they're very composed. They understand what's at stake. They want to get that two-time championship along with Harazdan has under their belt. As Alayarian's going to let it fly. No good. In and out. Rebound. Carter. Carter has two. Open. Chooses to take it himself. No call. He's talking to the referees, but they're not open to listening. And Avedian off to Valentine. Screen by Alayarian and an offensive foul. Notably obvious from our angle, at least. Alayarian picks up his first personal. Second team, second team, yes, for Erebuni.
Just got to settle in. Got to settle in if you're Erebuni. As we have a fan running onto the court.
I love to see that. As a chant of subbing him in is chanted from afar. Gotta love it. A whole family affair on a Saturday. A Jemian with the rebound, and a foul called on Jonathan Hakim of Erebuni. That's his first personal, third team foul for Erebuni. Coach Eli Atme with big shoes to fill from Coach Viken Eskijian. Coach Viken Eskijian on his first season comes in, goes undefeated, and goes away. Now, Eli Atme is the new coach, and he's doing really well. I'm pretty impressed with him, Alec.
A young coach, fired up. It's kind of exactly what this team needs at this point. You know, coming out of a veteran coach, as you mentioned, Coach V was that veteran presence. He's more of a young, aggressive coach, which is I like it. I like seeing it.
Well, I really do. And I'm happy he's with us here at the AABA Pro-Am League. For those that are unfamiliar with our pages, make sure to visit www.aaba.team to access statistics and all things AABA related. Zaryevedian goes up. No good. As the Bogian's going to push it for the Armens. He has Panusi to his left. Panusi's going to shoot it. Oh, no good there. He thought he got fouled by Karakulian. Karakulian's all the way on the other end already. Two-man game between Avedian and Valentine. Valentine, he lets it fly. No good. Panusi grabs a rebound. Scores 20-8 with 4 minutes left to go in the first quarter. Panusi misses it. Shagoyan has Karakulian to his right. Great defensive effort by Dabagian. Saves it.
Great effort.
Emphatically lets the crowd know as Carter goes straight into Avedian and an easy call.
Love to see the big man put his body in the way right there. Get that charge call.
Man, you can't teach that. That's the thing. You can't teach people who want to take a charge and who want to sacrifice their body, even at the age of what Zaryevedian is at today.
I don't think many guys love getting their bodies thrown into that contact, but I've seen you do it a few times, Rich, taking that charge when you need it.
Yep, I love taking the charge. I do. Jonathan Hakim with a good three-pointer. A Jemian's going to have to watch that if he's going to guard Hakim. Hakim, one of those players that still hasn't really shown his full offensive repertoire yet in this league, and the range there says it all.
Has to be one of the younger players in the league, right, Rich?
Might be the youngest player, actually.
Yeah.
If not Shagoyan. Excuse me, no, he definitely is. He is still in high school.
Yeah. Really plays more mature than his age and his grade. I mean,
definitely.
Just a very composed kid.
Carter to Dabagian. Dabagian finds a Jemian. He thinks about it. The Compton College athlete. He's going to take it. No good. Rebound Karakulian. He's going to let it run already. Has Shagoyan to his right. Hakim to his left. Chooses Valentine. Valentine goes up. No good. Another missed effort from Valentine. And Avedian with the veteran foul at half court. That is the fourth team foul for Erebuni. Scores now 20-11. Down to 3 minutes left in the quarter. I like this lineup that Erebuni has right here, Alec. They have Shagoyan and Karakulian, two defensive-oriented players at the top.
That's a good mix of youth and adding stretch in there now, and they're going into a zone now, causing some havoc there, causing Armens to give a few turnovers in a row. It's only a 9-point game. I mean, all things considered, it feels like Armens is up by double digits, and it's a 9-point game after all.
Yeah. Great pass by Karakulian to Hakim. Hakim's going to try to get to the three-pointer, but it was a long two. Rebound by the Armens, off to Ryan Carter. On the right-hand side has Shagoyan guarding him. Shagoyan almost able to take it from the hands of the Armens. And a great block by Hakim, but a late whistle from the referee. Hakim, what a tough break for him, huh?
That was a tough one.
Great defensive effort from the Erebuni. can't let that phase them if they're looking to come up on top after this game.
Zara Zargarian over there helping the team, helping the young guys. You like to see it when you have veteran leadership on the team. Want to see him on the court, though.
Was Zargarian at Cal State Dominguez Hills? Was that what it was?
Yep.
Another alumni member from the Division II, if I'm not mistaken, world.
Yeah, adding Zara Zargarian to this group is going to be very, very big for them. I mean, adding Big Z, his brother-in-law, is one great piece. But this team needs to have everyone together as these young guys just keep showing up.
As the last year's Pacific League MVP, Gavin Chagoyan, able to knock that down out of Crescenta Valley. Now he's with the College of the Canyons, but Ryan Carter's three-point repertoire is too lethal for that one. Karakulian to Spengen. Spengen's going to let it launch. A lot of activity between Hakeem and Ajemian. Two very physical players on the defensive end. Carter's going to let it fly. Wow.
That's one of those shots, Rich. I haven't touched it for a while. I haven't got involved. Let me just get this one up.
Valentine two-man game action. Has Karakulian open. He's going to let it fly. No good as Carter handles the rebound. To Ajemian. To straight out of bounds. Thought Ryan Carter was on his wing, but instead straight out of bounds. Substitutions. Checking into the game for Erebuni is number 24, Derek Alayarian. Pretty young roster so far on the regarding the five that's on the floor right now for Erebuni. Karakulian to Alayarian. Good off-ball movement by Alayarian, but unable to secure the shot. Fouls going to be on the Garin. Spengen trips up Patrick Panucci.
And that's a type of foul you really don't want to take. Giving 2 free throws with about a minute left here. You got to be careful if you're Erebuni. This could get away early on if you're just not if you're not containing Armens on the half court, if you're giving fouls.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like there's years and years of chemistry that holds the team together. No, I mean, you got to take care of things from the very beginning. You got to make sure things are under control if you're Erebuni, especially after a loss by 40 in their opening weekend in the spring season. For those of you just tuning in with us, we had quite the triple header today. The high school division was postponed due to unsafe conditions. However, since then, we've had a spectacular game between Aragats and, of course, Harazdan by a 53-point performance by Andre Spite. And Spengen unable to knock that down. We're now at 45 seconds left in the first quarter. Ryan Carter, he's going to use body contact. It's good for Ryan Carter.
He's just so strong when he gets up to that rim.
Man, Hakeem picks up his second foul, if I'm not mistaken.
And there's certain guys that just have that basketball sense to them. They might not look like a traditional 6'4" basketball player, but a guy like this where he could just come into a gym, not having met his teammates before, not being involved in this league up until this point, the hes he got is just showing up.
Yeah. No, that says a lot about a player's character and ability to score at will. Now, 14-second differential between game clock and the shot clock. Chagoyan has Avedian down. Chooses Alayarian. 10 seconds now on the shot clock. Going to choose Avedian, guarded by Ajemian. Up goes Avedian. No good. Ryan Carter with 15 seconds left in the quarter. His teammates yelling for last shot, but he still goes up and gets his own rebound. 7 seconds left. 5. He has Alayarian to his right. Karakulian is going to take it. Ooh, and that was very close. And at the end of the first quarter, scores 30-13. All Armens here in the first quarter. We'll be back with more from the AABA Pro-Am League's home, Academy USA.
Professional orientation կարևոր է, որովհետեւ I am Manush from Shenik village. Being from the older generation of co-op kids, I participated in various programs: healthy lifestyle, English access, professional orientation, and startup incubation. I study international relations at Yerevan State University, and last semester, as an Erasmus Plus student, I studied political science at the University of Messina in Italy. Many soft skills I gained and volunteering experience I had with co-op programs helped me to reach even Italy, study abroad, and come back again to my village. Co-op motivated me to be the change I want to see in my community. I want to emphasize the importance of English access and professional orientation programs in my life, which helped me to improve my English skills and make a decision to become a diplomat.
And we're back here at the AABA Pro-Am League at Academy USA in Glendale, California. Alec, it's been all Armens in the first game, in the first quarter. But let's first look at next week's schedule. For those unfamiliar with the schedule, we have Academy USA versus Auburn at 12:15 o'clock. Then we got Harazdan versus Avon at 1:30. And the high school division, All for One versus Big Guard University, and Artsakh and Erebuni at 4:15 p.m. It was all Armens in the first quarter, Alec. What do you think is needed from Erebuni in the second?
You got to get a few stops in a row. It's not as simple as coming down and just outscoring the opponent. You got to get a few stops in a row. Ryan Carter over here is just controlling most of this game for Armens, but we've seen the other guys stepping up and hitting big shots.
Agreed. They're going to have to find some kind of defensive stop to Ryan Carter. He's been making all the easy buckets that they've been giving to him. And, of course, his talent speaks volumes. The five that Erebuni has on the floor: Shagoyan, Alayarian, Spenjin, Sardarbegian, and the newly arrived from Harazdan, Zare Avedian. How big is it to have a guy that's won a championship already to join your team when you just lost by 40? I mean, you need players like that in my book.
Definitely. Every team needs somebody that's been there before. People think that winning is a trait that everyone has. It's not easy.
Agreed. Especially in a Pro-Am league like this one. As Carter has the ball in the corner, wants to get a two-man game going with Panussi, but he's just able to go up easily amongst all the other Erebuni jerseys. As Sardarbegian brings up the ball, has Avedian to his right. Screen in action. Out of bounds it goes. Ball remains in the hands of Erebuni.
Erebuni just getting frustrated with each other.
Avedian wants the ball, receives it. Sardarbegian cuts through. Avedian lets it fly. No good. Sardarbegian staying with the ball. Off to the corner. Spenjin looks to block it. No. Valentine has it. Pass it to Alayarian. Alayarian has Avedian to his corner. Passes it to Avedian. It's good. Zare Avedian with the three. Score is now 33-16. 8.5 left in the quarter and a half. Carter guarded by Valentine now with a defensive change made on Erebuni's end. Seems to have been paying off already, but a terrible pass right in the hands of Carter. And another foul called as Ryan Carter continues his campaign at the free throw line.
There's obviously a lot of moving parts here to both teams, but it just feels like Armens is a little more together. They've been a little more consistent. Big Z hitting that last three. Maybe they can get him going here.
Ryan Carter, again, one of those players that you're just going to have to try to contain him. I mean, he made the free throw. Why is Erebuni unable to get it there? And an and one call.
Oh, man.
If you're Erebuni, you have to be aware that it's one free throw only. You cannot rely on anyone else's communication. That is just basic basketball 101.
it just feels like Erebuni has kind of given up, and we're only in the second quarter with 8 minutes left. This is a long game.
I think, like I've said in other broadcasts before, any team can be any team. Now, the question is, who has not only the skill set, but the mental toughness to come back from a 20-point lead? Especially with an offensive repertoire like that, it's very possible that you can cut the lead into 20 points.
There it is.
Excuse me, to 10 points.
Yeah. He made one right before. Look for him again.
Karakulian guarding Carter attentively, makes sure he doesn't get out of his lane. Well done by Karakulian. Rebound Valentine, guarded by Debagian. Finds Avedian. Avedian's thinking about it. Hand up on the defensive end is all they can do. And so Avedian with an and one. Count the basket for the newly arrived Harazna member, now an Erebuni member.
Yeah, looking to make it 9 points in a row from him. Getting the three-point play the old-fashioned way on this one. But Big Z, we keep saying it. He's been here. He's done it. He's not going to get fazed by a few possessions of missing a shot. Can cut it down now. Looking to make it a 16-point game.
Avedian at the line. Knocks that down and drops this lead to a 16-point game, just like that. It seems like it's all on the defensive end if you're Erebuni. That's where it all starts. And a lot of contact. Ajemian still able to score over Alayarian. As Karakulian is guarded by Carter. He's going to let it fly. No good. Rebound, Panusi. Panusi has the left side of the floor under his belt. Finds Meliksetian. Meliksetian tries to pass it to Panusi, but no one's there to receive it. Aspengian, he's going to let it go to Alayarian. He's going to let it fly. Oh, nothing but air. Valentine to Karakulian. He's going to go up. And a block, but foul with the body. Foul was on Weston McKinney. At the line, shooting two, is one of the newest guards for Erebuni, who was supposed to be the replacement for Henrik Sardarbegian, but Sardarbegian clearly has shown that he's capable to play. So Karakulian still getting the minutes that he deserves, but unable to make the first one there.
Being the first game of the season for him, going to be a little nervous, but I think he'll settle in eventually.
As Ryan Carter's left wide open, but Panusi takes it instead. Erebuni's going to be careful if they're going to have a guy that scored 50 points the last game wide open. Karakulian, smart decision to Spengian. Spengian's going to let it launch. No good. Alayarian, he's going to go up. It's good for the Canadian Armenian. Timeout called by the Armens. Scores 40-24. We'll be back with more after a word from our sponsors.
I mean, what's important for this upcoming season is just Gary being consistent and getting a chance to show what he can do and be on the court, and all this hard work to pay off from where he started last year and kind of just keep evolving to where it's going. As we talk about, G, it's about getting 1% better every day. I think that's what we need to just focus on.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
We're back here at the AABA Pro-Am League's home, Academy USA, here in Glendale, California. It's all Armens so far. Erebuni able to drop this lead to a 16-point lead. Panusi receives it from Carter. He's going to let it launch. No good. Rebound, Spengian. Spengian's looking to push. Has Valentine. Valentine, no-look pass to Karakulian, but a bad one into the hands of Panusi. Carter going against Shigoyan. Shigoyan stays with him. Spengian grabs the rebound. Thinks about passing it to Shigoyan. Shigoyan, he's thinking about it. He goes up. No good. Rebound Carter. Has Ajemian to his right, Panusi to his left. Chooses Ajemian. Ajemian goes up. It's good for the Compton College athlete. And Erebuni already giving up 2 opportunities. Well, 3 opportunities, but scored on that last one. Avedian, no good. All the way to Galstian, and Galstian's able to knock it down.
See the difference there. 3 or 4 fast break opportunities for Armens, getting a layup. 3 or 4 opportunities for Erebuni for a fast break. They're taking threes, turning the ball over. That's a 12-point swing.
That is. As a foul is now called. I believe it's on Galstian. Corner, Valentine finds Avedian. Avedian's going to go up. It's good for the Erebuni Basketball Club, looking to change things around here in the second quarter. Panusi's going to be in the middle. He's been looking for that ball every position. Ajemian looking at Panusi, thinking about it. Bad pass, and Karakulian's there to receive the pass from Shigoyan.
Again, Rich, a fast break opportunity. You're throwing the ball and getting a 3-point opportunity. That's got to be a layup.
As Spengian not happy with the efforts from Erebuni. Is there something going on the other end, Alec?
Yeah, guys just showing emotion, but you got to keep playing. They're letting it get into their own mindset now.
Yeah, they just got to let a few fall in for that momentum to fall forward with them. As Carter brings it down, guarded by Karakulian and Shigoyan at the top. It's a zone defense, it seems. No rebounding done by Erebuni, and the slump continues for Erebuni. Man, if you're Spengian, you got to grab that rebound. Valentine guarded by Ajemian. Has Spengian to his right. Valentine takes it. No good. Panusi guarded by Karakulian. To Carter. Shigoyan and Karakulian trying their best on the perimeter end, assisting what they can, and a bank is open.
What time
here
is it?
On
Bank's
a Saturday. Wow. And a timeout called, very much what needed timeout from Erebuni. Scores 51-26. We'll be back with more after a few words from our sponsors.
I mean, what's important for this upcoming season is just Gary being consistent and getting a chance to show what he can do and be on the court, and all this hard work to pay off from where he started last year and kind of just keep evolving to where it's going. As we talk about, G, it's about getting 1% better every day. I think that's what we need to just focus on.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Back at Academy USA, home of the AABA Pro-Am League. Erebuni trying to find a way to stay competitive before the halftime arrives. Shigoyan to Valentine. Spengian should show, he does. Excuse me, Avedian should show, and he does. And the basket's good.
If you're Erebuni, you got to find a way to get this down to about single digits possibly. That would be best case scenario, but 10 or fewer. 10 or fewer. That's what you got to tell yourself in getting into the half.
I think just even 15 points will allow them to have some sense of consistency moving forward. As Valentine's going to take it out for Erebuni, Karakulian's going to push it up. Has Andrew DeBogian, a very esteemed defensive player coming out of Providence High School. Avedian with the 3. No good. And a rebound by the Armens. Melik Setsian to Panusi. Panusi's going to take it all the way. Lots of contact, doesn't get it. Valentine brings it up the other way. He thinks about it. Has Karakulian to his right. He's going to go up instead. No good. as Valentine's going to be the one going to the free throw line to shoot 2. Alec, this team is still trying to find its way. Erebuni on the chemistry end of things. What have you noticed from your coaching experience and overall managing different basketball teams throughout your career? What is your experience? What is that one person or that player that they need?
A coach always loves having a floor general. Usually it's your point guard. So if I'm Robert Valentine, I got to kind of take this team and make it mine right now. I got to let everyone be on the same page. We got to be a little more vocal and bring them all together.
Yeah, a voice for the team that's also in the front of the pack. It's a rebound for Spengen. There's 3 Armens in the backcourt. They better push it forward. Debagian guarding Valentine F strongly as Valentine's going to go and chase a Gemian, but that's not going to be enough. A 23-point deficit for Erebuni. Avedian has Valentine. Valentine back to Avedian. Has Shigoyan cutting. Shigoyan doesn't receive it. Avedian lets it fly. In and out. Panusi guarded by Karakulian. Panusi once more. No good. Rebound Valentine. And we're now approaching a minute and a half left in the half. Make sure to stay tuned for the Armenian Sniper halftime report as Avedian lets it fly once more.
Just really impressed with the Armens defense, giving up only 30 points to Erebuni in this half. And Erebuni, it's not like they're missing open shots. They're getting contested on every single shot. So great job on Armens.
What's also tough on Erebuni right now is that they're not necessarily taking advantage of every opportunity. They're taking advantage of some of them, but not every opportunity. As a technical foul is called against Patrick Panusi, I believe.
You're up by 23. You got to keep playing. And no reason for that.
What a momentum shift where Erebuni's going to get the ball and 2 free throws after the possession. So Valentine's going to be taking the free throw for Valentine. Excuse me, Valentine's going to be taking the free throw for Erebuni. As Valentine's going to go for the second, and it's good. Ball's going to be Erebuni's due to the technical foul called against Panusi. Panusi's going to have to be careful there to not get ejected.
Garin Spengen happy with himself for not being the first guy to get a technical in today's game.
Excuse me. I beg your pardon. Karakulian was looking to get Shigoyan an easy bucket. Valentine getting a screen and a play act. Great pass to Spengen. They need more of that.
That was nice.
They need more of that team effort. I love it. That great move by Valentine straight into the hands of Spengen, and Spengen able to get the easy bucket. They're going to conserve a lot of energy, and they're also going to conserve a lot of headaches if they continue to play that way. What do you have to say about that, Alec?
Look, 56.3 left, and you're down big. That's great, Rich. You can come back into the game by doing that, but are they committed? That's the question for this Erebuni team. Are they committed to both sides of the court?
Committed on a consistent end as well. Debagian's going to bring it up on the left-hand side. Carter lets it fly. And Carter able to just knock down that 3. Valentine guarded by Debagian. A screen and play coming from Spengen. Ajemian to Carter. Carter thinks about it, lets it fly, in and out. Pass it once more to Carter. Carter's going to let it fly once more. No good. And Ajemian tried to get the rebound over Karakulian, but Karakulian too composed for that. Pass it to Shigoyan. Seems like a 2-man game coming once more between Valentine and Avedian. Valentine has a few seconds left. 3 seconds. Last shot of the quarter. It's good from Gavin Shigoyan. Score is now 56-36 at the end of the half. Erebuni got some level of offense going towards the end, but they're going to need a whole lot of that in the second half to remain competitive. We'll be back with more after the www.armeniansniper.com halftime report.
I mean, what's important for this upcoming season is just Gary being consistent and getting a chance to show what he can do and be on the court, and all this hard work to pay off from where he started last year and kind of just keep evolving to where it's going. As we talk about, G, it's about getting 1% better every day. I think that's what we need to just focus on.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Frances. Ես Ալփին եմ, ես 5 տարեկան եմ, շատ եմ սիրում այս կենտրոնը գալ։ Երկու հատ ապել Վազգենը, Ալեքս, մի հատ է Սոնա։
Կենտրոնը իրականացնում է հոգեբանական, սոցիալական, առողջարարական եւ կրթական ծրագրեր, որի շահառուները կարող են լինել եւ երեխաները եւ ծնողները։ Այստեղ նաեւ ծնողավարական աշխատանքներ ենք տանում, որովհետեւ միակողմանի աշխատանքը միայն երեխային ուղղված անարդյունավետ կլինի։
Ուզում եմ մեծանամ, որ բժիշկ դառնամ։
I mean, what's important for this upcoming season is just Gary being consistent and getting a chance to show what he can do and be on the court, and all this hard work to pay off from where he started last year and kind of just keep evolving to where it's going. As we talk about, G, it's about getting 1% better every day. I think that's what we need to just focus on.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Seventeen. Mixonoris does not. I'm missing it. Hi, my name is Razmik. I'm 17 years old and I'm from Armens village. I'm a graduate of Coop's Theater Club. I'm a student at the French College in Armenia, and my biggest achievement is the growth I had in the last couple of years, both mentally and physically. Coop inspired me to make my dreams come true. I used to be shy, I wasn't active in social life, but the theater club gave me confidence and strong communication skills. Co-op education programs are very important because they help so many people from so many different places to discover themselves.
We're back here at Academy USA, home of the AABA Pro-Am Basketball League in Glendale, California. Scores 56-37 between Armens and the Erebuni Basketball Club. Alec, as part of our Armenian Sniper halftime report, we usually look into what happened in the first half and what needs to be done in the second. So if you're Erebuni, we've been talking about this in the entirety of the second quarter, trying to figure it out, but if you're Erebuni, what does it take for you to turn things around?
Got to keep your composure. That we saw a few times in that first half. They got a little down on themselves and each other. Missed some opportunities on the fast breaks that, 6-7 points here and there, Rich. This could have been a 10-point game going into the half, but you're looking at a 19-point game now.
Well, already Erebuni pretty active. Zari Avedian trying to get a bucket on an easy leg. Spengen with the rebound, and now he's headed at the line to shoot two. It's key moments like this that is going to help them. A stop clock allowing them to get back into the game fairly, or shall I say relatively easier, though I don't think it's going to be that easy of a task, given that Armens haven't lost since spring 2022.
The odds aren't in their favor, and Armens has come out just playing amazing defense, playing together, and it's going to take some missed shots, which is not the case there.
Debagian letting the crowd know he just made a three-pointer. One of the best defensive players in this entire league. Valentine finds Shigoyan. Shigoyan, spin move, not enough gas to get it up. As a Jemian, he's going to go up, and it's good for Gabriel Jemian. Score is now 61-38, all Armens still. Spenjin guarded by a Jemian. He's going to let it fly. No good. Rebound Alayarian. Off to Spenjin. Spenjin's going to go up. And it's good for Garin Spenjin.
His first made basket of the game, Rich.
Really? Well, the leading scorer for this game, as a friendly reminder that you gave me, Alec, is Ryan Carter with 28 points, 10 of 20 from the field goals. A Jemian lets it fly. No good. Rebound Avedian. Off to Valentine. Shigoyan and Alayarian posted up on the left-hand side, waiting to get the ball. Avedian. Valentine. It's good for Robert Valentine. Scores now 61-42. Some kind of offensive momentum going for Erebuni. Shigoyan guarding Carter. Carter is going to get a lot of contact there. Nothing call. Spenjin, he's going to go up. And one play for Garin Spenjin.
It did look like there was a lot of contact on that three-point attempt by Ryan Carter, but Erebuni showing a little more life here, attacking, cutting this down.
Carter pleaded his case. Pled? I'm not sure. Pleaded his case. And the referee basically told him that he kicked his foot out, and that's why he didn't give him the foul. But I'm not too sure about that. As Galistian's going to come out of the game. Score is now 61-44. Spenjin has the opportunity to bring it down to a 16-point game. And he does. The 5 on the floor for the Armens. Ryan Carter, Gabriel Ajemian. Excuse me, the 5 on the floor for Erebuni. Derek Alayarian, Gavin Shigoyan, Zari Avedian, Robert Valentine, and Garin Spenjin. Seems like this offensive performance has been helping them to some extent.
Great look.
Avedian unable to guard that against Panusi.
I'm really impressed with the way Gabby's been playing today. Very composed, very unselfish, looking for his teammates.
I'm also very impressed with Andrew Debagian, the pass on defense, number 8 for the Armens. Spenjin had a wide open Shigoyan in the corner who has already made a 3-point bucket from that exact spot, except the other side, but gets fouled, and here comes 2 easy free throws for Garin Spenjin. Spenjin, the New Yorker, recently moved to Los Angeles. Makes his first, looks to sink the second as well. Unable to knock that. Carter already has a Jemian and Debagian on the run. And Carter easily maneuvers his way around the defense of Erebuni.
That's just something that you can't have happen. Off of a missed free throw, letting the guy that rebounded the ball take it all the way for a layup.
Spenjin guarded by a Jemian, and the defensive effort by a Jemian gets him out of place. And Armens, Patrick Panusi, off to Jemian. Great passing from the Armens. As Erebuni is still talking about the play on the other end. Spenjin goes up, and it's good. And a timeout called by the Armens, looking to bring things to a controllable level. We'll be back with more after a few words from our sponsors.
I mean, what's important for this upcoming season is just Gary being consistent and getting a chance to show what he can do and be on the court, and all this hard work to pay off from where he started last year and kind of just keep evolving to where it's going. As we talk about, G, it's about getting 1% better every day. I think that's what we need to just focus on.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
And we are back, folks. 67-48, Armens up. Rich, it just feels like every time Erebuni makes a little bit of a run, Armens just comes right back.
Yeah, I mean, that's something that they are going to have to definitely take control of in order to move forward. And next week's schedule, as you see on your screens, we have Academy USA versus Abaran, Harazdan and Avon. High school division, a little different. BGU versus All for One, the AU teams. And the last game of next week will be between Artsakh and Erebuni at 4:15 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Erebuni's Alayarian lets it fly. Armens. And a foul by Zare Avedian. That's going to have to require some kind of ramification there. Not the right move to do.
Personally, Rich, I thought that was a flagrant foul or intentional. Guys midair, even though it wasn't the hardest push, it's the type of foul. The guy's in the air and gets fouled.
And already that kind of foul, when you're down by 17, can stir a lot more than just what the game can provide.
You know, he's obviously frustrated.
Yeah.
It's a tough foul, you know. It's a tough foul. You're in the air. You don't want to fall down and get injured.
Avedian knows the foul he gave was a little too harsh. Goes to apologize to Jemian. Pleads his case too.
A little too much talking going on, Rich. A little too much.
Yeah, and all players are going to have to watch their mouths now. And what's the call for the referee? Warnings being dished out to the players. Next ones will be technical fouls, according to the referees. And a flagrant foul was called as a Jemian, I believe, was that the play? A flagrant foul called against the Avedian? Is that what it was?
Originally, it looked like the guys were lining up for a normal free throw, but kept talking. I'm sure someone got something that they could have avoided. Let's just say it that way.
A Jemian able to keep his cool to get a bucket on a free throw end. Hakeem steps on the court. Shigoyan goes out. A Jemian gonna look to knock down the second of his two at the line. And now the ball is going to be taken out from out of bounds. Panusi's going to take it out for the Armens with 24 seconds on the shot clock. 6:11 left in the quarter. Carter opens up. Panusi can't find him. Gives it to the corner to Ajemian. Ajemian against Hakeem. Hakeem off to Panusi. Panusi's going to try a traveling call. A traveling call on the Armens. Now Garin Spengian forced the travel, and now other way is Valentine and Avedian. Valentine's going to go up. It's good. It's a 16-point game, but historically they haven't been able to get past that 16 mark. Alec, what is that going to look like if they do?
You need stops, and they got to dig in right here. Got to dig in. Every time down, Armens has come back and hit that big shot right back at him.
Mask in the corner, has the ball. He's going to shoot.
And
It's
there
good.
it is again, Rich. They just can't get a couple of stops in a row.
And it was a deep 2 for Mask. Valentine has Avedian open. Avedian, he thinks about it. Spengen's going to cut. Wide open. Avedian takes it instead, and no good. And it's a 3-on, now a 3-on-3. Great way to come back if you're Erebuni. And Avedian able to stop the play when it mattered. Another hard foul by Avedian, making sure that the Armens know that they're not going to get some easy baskets underneath without some fight.
Patrick going to the line, looking to make it a 20-point game.
I'm telling you, Erebuni has had a very tough time trying to get Armens off their back from a 16-point lead. Valentine brings it up on the right-hand side. Has Alayeri in the corner. Hakeem wanted it down low. Not enough time for Valentine to get it. Spengen, he's going to take it. No good for Spengen. Debagian's leaking out. Panussi's going to choose him and falls. And more activity from Erebuni. And Ajemian takes it the other way. Ryan Carter goes up against Hakeem, and Carter able to knock down the lay.
Such a nice layup as he protected his body from the ball and the defender. Great layup there.
Valentine against the Debagian. Gonna have to pass that if they want some kind of offensive efforts going, but Valentine says, shut up, Rich, I'll take it. Ah, man, I love this game as Carter brings it down the other end. Zone defense by Erebuni, Derek Alayerian, and Valentine. As Carter misses that. And another foul, a loose ball foul, called against Garen Spengen. Timeout called by Erebuni, looking to talk things over. Score is 74-55. We'll be back with some more after a few words from our sponsors.
I mean, what's important for this upcoming season is just Gary being consistent and getting a chance to show what he can do and be on the court, and all this hard work to pay off from where he started last year and kind of just keep evolving to where it's going. As we talk about, G, it's about getting 1% better every day. I think that's what we need to just focus on.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
And we're back at Academy USA, home of the AABA Pro-Am League here in Glendale, California. Score is 74-55. Want to give a major shout out to Narek all the way in Australia that's watching this game. Tagged us on Instagram as well. Man, this game being on a global level, gotta love it.
What time is it out there in Australia, Rich?
I have no idea. I have no idea. As Alayerian, he's going to let it fly. No good. Ryan Carter has a mask, maneuvers his way, has the body into his left as well, and one. Count the basket for Ryan Carter. Ryan Carter with a spiffy move.
Even the other team dabbing him up.
Man. Wait till that one is on social media is what he's saying. Shigoyan and Karakulian still trying to find their place on this Erebuni roster as the newest faces to help with the revamping of Erebuni. Valentine easily blocked by Panussi. Carter. Carter guarded by Hakeem. Hakeem looking to stop
Oh.
the action by Carter. Carter's going to go up. And a foul on Derek Alayarian, letting him know that this is not going to continue with the moves. But I hope at least Ryan Carter's okay.
Yeah, that was kind of a statement foul, if you will,
Yeah.
from Jonathan's teammates over there.
Frustration foul mixed
Yeah.
with it. Absolutely. As Carter's slow to get up, but nonetheless healthy to get up, which is the most important part. And another timeout as Armens is going to take this one. We're going to head to a commercial timeout. We'll be back with some more after this.
I mean, what's important for this upcoming season is just Gary being consistent and getting a chance to show what he can do and be on the court, and all this hard work to pay off from where he started last year and kind of just keep evolving to where it's going. As we talk about, G, it's about getting 1% better every day. I think that's what we need to just focus on.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
And we're back here at Academy USA. Score 79-55. Armens still under control, but Erebuni has shown that they can come back bit by bit to 16 points. But first, let's look at next week's matchup. Academy USA, led by Warren Helliger against Oberon, that's still searching for their first win. 12:15 p.m. is is going to happen. Harazdan versus Avon, 1:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Harazdan showcased Andre Spite for the first time in 2 seasons as the high school division at 3 p.m. next week between Big Guard University and All for One. And can't forget, in our quadruple header, Artsakh versus Erebuni in a 4:15 p.m. game. Carter knocks down the bucket on the free throw line.
Really excited for that matchup between Harazdan and Avon. Coach Menoir always has seen, he's got the best out of his team when it comes to listening and buying in on the defensive end. And I'm sure they'll have a strategy ready in place for Andre Spite next week.
I'm also excited to see Shant Shnoravorian, who is currently in talks between Erebuni to be acquired for Avon. So we'll see how successful that is, as Alayarian unable to knock down the open three. Carter, guarded by Shahoyan. To Dabaghian. Dabaghian's going to take it. No, passes it to Galistian. Lots of contact, no call. Hakimian has Karakulian to his right. Is he going to give it to him? He takes it himself. No good. Rebound Alayarian. Valentine, guarded by Dabaghian. Lets it fly. It's good. 81-58 from Valentine's three-pointer.
He's got to heat up here. I mean, there's no other way you're going to get back into this game. You need Valentine to put up another 20, 30 points here.
The zone defense, so far no match for this Armens team. As the ball goes out of bounds, some kind of momentum here for Erebuni. Can they shift things by the time the fourth quarter comes around? Valentine, obvious from the looks that he's feeling like he's feeling it, but Karakulian's going to let it fly. No good. Shahoyan has it, thinks about it, chooses to take it himself, and an easy lay for Shahoyan.
Really like what I've seen from him today, attacking the basket, getting a few nice layups in.
And very composed, too. Dabaghian. A little effort between Panusi and Hakeem, and Panusi able to score the and one. And Hakeem unable to get possession of the ball, and therefore Panusi just kind of took it out of his hands and went up with it.
I know he's looking around, asking around, but you have to do a better job of boxing your man out, going for that rebound. Nothing that anyone else can do.
Precisely. As the substitutions checking in for Erebuni, I believe. Panusi misses his free throw. Got very lucky if you're Erebuni. Alayarian, he's going to let it fly. No good. With Mask grabbing the rebound. Carter. Guarded by Shigoyan to Mask. Stolen by Avedian. Avedian has Karakulian. Karakulian to Avedian. Avedian. Shigoyan. Avedian's going to let it fly. No good. And out of bounds it goes.
Yeah, just no identity, Rich. No identity from Erebuni. Everyone doing a little bit of everything, but not in a great way. Not a team effort here today.
Carter guarded by Shigoyan. He's going to let it fly. No good. Rebound Alayarian. Alayarian off to Karakulian. Karakulian with a lay. Scores now 83-62. Quick pass from the Armens to continue off the play. Rebound Alayarian. Now scores 83-62 still. He's going to let it fly. No good. Rebound. Carter has the ball. Panusi slow to get up. And another hard foul by Avedian.
Rich, that three-point attempt by Derek on that fast break is just not a great shot.
Yeah.
I don't care how good of a – I consider myself a pretty good shooter.
I would too.
That is not a great shot for anybody to take on a 3-on-1 fast break.
Yeah, it's and this is kind of what we talked about in the first half. It's the basics, right? There's Armens that are taking care of the basics, and then they'll take a shot like that, which in this moment they have the luxury of. But whenever you're down by 20, that's not the shot you want to take. You want to get the easy lay so you don't have to put too much of your hard-earned time on the things that don't require it too much.
And who's going to hold you accountable, right? It's got to be your own teammates. It's got to be a coach and yourself ultimately.
And Erebuni unable to bring this lead to a competitive one. It scores 85-62. We'll be back with more in the fourth quarter.
Hello everyone, I am Nare from Armavir's Lernogok village. I've participated in almost all of Co-op's programs. Now I work as a communications manager and I continue judging debates for different organizations. Co-op has taught me how to be open-minded, how to look at things from different perspectives, and how to grow as a person and as a professional. Co-op has made me a dreamer. I catch myself dreaming about my future and my country's future very often, and I've learned that from Co-op. I am forever grateful for the inspiration and support that I've received from Co-op, and I will cherish that forever.
Major thank you to the sponsors that allow us to make this happen. Scores 85-62. All Armens in this match as Erebuni still looking to tie things together with their new roster. Their new roster has Avedian, Shigoyan, Karakulian. Man, the list goes on. But if you're Armens, you like where it's at, but you want to just make sure you stay composed and end the game on a positive note.
Yeah, Rich, you've done a great job up until this point. Take the last 10 minutes, take care of your game.
Yeah, as now Melik Setian, Galistian, Ajemian, and Ryan Carter, along with Mask, as he is able to knock down the three, are on the court. For Erebuni, entering the fourth quarter is Hakeem, Alayarian, Avedian, Karakulian, and Shigoyan. And mind you, all 5 players for Erebuni were not a part of the team last year. 4 of them were not a part of the team 2 weeks ago. So this is a whole new system that they are entering into. Ajemian will take it out. for the Armens. Carter wants it, receives it. Guarded by Shigoyan. Still in that 2-3 zone defense that Erebuni's been a part of. Great defense by Shigoyan. Alayarian's going to try to take it, but it seems like the referee saw it in the benefit of Erebuni. Karakulian off to Alayarian to Avedian. Avedian, he's going to take it down low and scores it easily for the Cal-Lu Hall of Famer.
Not much you can do there if you're Dernick.
Scores now 88-64. Ajemian guarded by Shigoyan. Quick little tip by Karakulian. Carter with the three, no good. Great tip by Karakulian to keep it alive for the Erebuni. Hakeem, he's going to go all the way and knock it against Carter. 88-66, 22-point lead. Still not over for Erebuni, but they're going to have to get past that 16-point mark at least.
I think it's one of the few times we've seen the three youngins together on the court.
Love to see it. Ajemian, no good. Hakeem with the rebound. He's going to push against Meliksetsian. And the foul is on number 0, Surin Meliksetsian. The referee said he has had enough. Want to give a major thank you to our production team from Miasin and Fanzia, the team behind us making sure everything's going smooth on the streaming end. Shigoyan off to Karakulian. Karakulian lets the floater fly. It's good for the Burbank High alumnus. Carter brings it down on the right-hand side. Shigoyan guarding him. Goes against all Erebuni athletes. Carter going to let it fly once more. It's good over Zare Avedian. Alayarian to Karakulian. Trying to stay competitive as Hakeem is knocked out of possession by Ajemian. 17 on the shot clock. As Karakulian opens up, Avedian receives it instead. Avedian goes up, no good. Galistian with the rebound. Carter's going to take it on the other end. With 7:40 left to go in the game. Carter's going to let it fly. Once more, it's good, and just like that, a 25-point lead once more.
Rich, he has had one of the quieter 40-point games I've seen in a long time. 43 points for him now.
Yeah. Alayarian knocks down to 2 there. As Mask is guarded by Karakulian, and Karakulian's going to take it in all the way to the end. Something easy for Karakulian. Scores now 93-72, still teetering on the 21-point lead. Carter, guarded by Shigoyan. Galistian has Shigoyan to his left. Oh, that's going to be an open shot for Carter. Karakulian has Alayarian and Shigoyan, and an easy miss. Great rebound by Hakeem and tipped by Ajemian. Substitutions coming for Erebuni. Checking out is Shigoyan and Karakulian. In comes Spengian and Valentine. Alec, if you're the Armens, what kind of conversation are you having after the game, assuming that this is the same outcome as what we're seeing?
Yeah, you're happy. You're happy with your performance. And Armens did a little bit of everything today. Played good defense, pushed the ball, hit their open shots. The only thing, if you're a team like Armens in a game like this where you've pretty much been winning the whole game by 20 plus, you didn't have a lot that you could have worked on, really. So going into next week, you have to find some new motivation.
Exactly, Alec. And that's something that they're going to need a lot of. As Derek Alayarian, if he heard anything of our conversation, he said nothing's over. 17-point game, still with 6 minutes left to go in a stop-clock game like this. Mask, no good. Hakeem couldn't get to it. Pass to Panusi. Panusi goes up. It's good. Dabagian likes what he's seeing. Clapping on the court. Valentine guarded by Dabagian, one of the all-time defensive players here at AABA. Alayarian, no look pass to Avedian. Avedian's going to let it fly. No good. Ajemian with the rebound. Carter has Mask running with him. Chooses to take it himself. It's good. That was tough by Ryan Carter. Panusi was looking to steal the ball along with Dabagian. Double screen coming for Valentine. Avedian's open. Alayarian as well. Chooses Hakeem instead. Hakeem has Spengian down low. He's going to cut. And Spengian goes up. And no good as Ajemian is the other end. And a rebound by Ajemian, offensive rebound. Panusi's going to go up. No good. Alayarian's going to take it the other way, and Spengian is just casually waiting on the other end. A timeout called by the Armens with the lead going down to a 19-point lead. We'll be back with more after a few words from our sponsors.
I mean, what's important for this upcoming season is just Gary being consistent and getting a chance to show what he can do and be on the court, and all this hard work to pay off from where he started last year and kind of just keep evolving to where it's going. As we talk about, G, it's about getting 1% better every day. I think that's what we need to just focus on.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
And we're back here. Scores 97-78 between Armens and Erebuni. 4:44 left to go in the game. But first, let's look at next week in our quadruple header. Academy USA versus Albaran at 12:15 p.m. Harazdan and Avan at 1:30 p.m. And High School Division at 3. And Ryan Carter has the ball with Ajemian on his right. Dabagian looks to leak out. Mask to Dabagian, but tipped away by Erebuni. Taking out of bounds is Ajemian. Off to Mask. And easy off the backboard. Scores now 99-78. Fourth quarter here at Academy USA. Valentine. Two-man game with Spengian. Valentine lets it fly. No good. Dabagian. Rebound. Has Carter to his right. Selects him. Carter's going to try to get Hakeem off his back. And Hakeem guards very well against Carter. And it's known in the shot selection. Terrible pass by Spengian right into the hands of Armens. Mask is going to go up. No good, but Ryan Carter's there to clean it up. And at this point, Alec, I think the game is pretty determined. As Alayarian, if he has something to say about it, scores now 101-81, 20-point deficit. Man, Erebuni has a lot to clean up for their third game. Then again, they have been playing tough competition, to be fair. They played a tough team, and now they're playing Armens today.
If you're Erebuni, you got to start on the defensive end. Giving up 100-plus points in every game that you're in, it's almost impossible to stay in it. Starts there. And then second, I keep saying it, Rich, they don't have an identity as a group. A lot of pieces. And like you mentioned earlier, it's a lot of new guys on the team. So you hope that they can kind of start putting it together, getting ready for the end of the season, mid-season. But Armens just feels like they've been together for 3 years, and it shows.
Yeah, no, you're definitely right. When we're talking about identity, that is something that we need. That's something that Erebuni absolutely needs in order for them to pick up or at least stay competitive in AABA action. Sense of confusion on the court between Valentine and the referees. Hakeem's going to go up for his free throw to convert off the 3-point play, but unable to do so there. Ryan Carter, guarded by Hakeem. Hakeem making sure he's staying with him. Hakeem and Carter battling it through. Panusi goes up, blocked. On the floor goes Panusi. A little help action between Ajemian and Panusi. With 2 seconds left on the shot clock, he's going to have to let it fly. No good. Rebound Alayarian. Off to Hakeem. Hakeem's going to go up against Galistian. Great move.
Nice
Nifty.
move.
Makes it happen.
Really nice move.
Hakeem, the youngest player in the league so far at age 17. Alayarian guarding Panusi. Mask's going to take that. No good. Valentine's already on their other end. Ajemian guarded by Spension. There has to be a shot clock reset of some sort. And the shot clock reset to 14, but the dribbling took away the chance for Armens. Hakeem tries to go over Ajemian, no good there.
That 16-point mark, Rich, that you've been mentioning all game. They just can't get it down past that.
It's literally that 16-point mark that has been the kryptonite to this Erebuni basketball team, which I don't think is really going to change for the rest of this game at least. With the deep 2 by Ryan Carter to ice it. Erebuni going home with a couple of few things to take care of, clearly on both offensive and defensive ends. The identity is the main thing that we talked about today, Alec, and that's something they're going to have to figure out by the time the next game occurs.
Rich, I thought Ryan Carter hit that 50-point mark, but they gave him a 2 on his last attempt. He's at 49 today.
So with that, Ryan Carter's averaging 49.5 points per game, maybe 51 now, 50 and a half points per game. Man, Ryan Carter with the most lethal offensive opener of any kind. 3-point made by Hakeem. 105-90. And that 15 mark, they finally broke into that. Panusi's going to go up, makes that against Valentine. Avedian, he's going to let it fly. No good. Armens is going to take it the other way, or at least they have to until the shot clock differentiates from the game clock. 35 seconds left. Mislay by Hakeem. Panusi, he's going to let it go up. And now officially we're going to get our last possession, or excuse me, last 2 possessions of the game.
Rich, I don't think it's any secret here who our player of the game is going to be.
It's going to be
Ryan Carter with a 51-point performance. Look, he's taking 38 shots. I get it. But it's still pretty efficient.
Yeah, no, definitely. One of those players to completely do that. Oh, wow. An air ball by Ryan Carter to close it out. And that's all from Academy USA, or better yet, 3 shots coming in benefit for Derek Alayarian. With 0.2 left on the clock.
Three shots here, Rich. We would have liked to just see a clean ending there, but
yeah. I mean, if he is able to knock down every single free throw, that is going to force a 11-point deficit, which is probably the closest they've been since the first quarter.
yeah, there's a lot of what-ifs in a game like this. When you see that you lost after everything that happened, you could possibly be only losing by 12. There's a lot of what-ifs. Yeah. And I'm hoping Erebuni takes those, gets better from it.
Alayarian able to knock down the second of the 3. and unclear what's happening on the court.
We had a timeout by Erebuni with .2 left, Rich.
And another timeout called by Erebuni. And another free throw coming in benefit for Derek Alayarian of Erebuni. And a third free throw coming his way. Scores him out. And just like that, the game is over with. 107-95. Armens win over Erebuni. Man, what a game.
Rich, it had a few good moments here and there, but ultimately Armens getting that victory, folks. 107-95 is our official score here at Academy USA. We're about to have Rich with our player of the game, none other than Ryan Carter, who put up 51 points. Once again, a 50-point performance here in the AABA. He'll be joining us in just a second, folks. Stay tuned as Rich will be interviewing Ryan Carter. Take it away, Rich.
I'm here with Ryan Hezigod Carter with another great performance from Carter. Ryan, you had another 50-piece at minimum. You did. Yes, you did. Tell me, what does it take to get points like that entering into a league like this?
Honestly, man, God gifted me with an ability to score the ball. I make tough shots. I don't know how I do it at times, but God really gave me a gift, and I'm grateful for it, so I use it to the best of my abilities.
Now, Armens was undefeated last year. Now you're coming in this year with a whole new coaching staff, and you're the leading, or I should say the forefront of the offensive effort. What is it going to take for you guys to take it all the way, to keep it where you guys at, but to take it all the way?
Like I said last week, defense, bro. Patrick, Gabby, they played great defense. Fred's here. He's a rim protector. Jay's a nice addition today. Drew knocks down shots. So we have a great core. They just allow me to be myself, and so you see how successful we've been with them allowing me to be myself. At times I do miss them because I'm new to this situation, and I got to understand that guys like Drew are very good at knockdown shots, so I got to be better at getting those guys involved, especially against better competition.
Ryan, hell of a game. We'll see you next time around. Thank you so much. Ryan Carter, the writing tutor, player of the game. Make sure to tune in next week as well in our quadruple header. Thank you.